In this video I'm going to provide a tutorial on how you can do conductor diameter measurements. Now you might want to do a conductor diameter measurement to try and figure out what type of conductor that you've got. So if I go into this file here, we've already taken a LineSmarts measurement and we've set up the span, and if we go into the catenaries you can see that a conductor has been identified as well. So what we're going to do here is we're going to attempt to measure the diameter of this conductor. Now the way we go about doing that is if we go into that catenary that's been set up, and then there's an icon on the top right here, I'll hover on it, conductor diameter. So we want to click on that. And if we zoom in here, we'll see there's a green line overlaying the conductor that we want to measure. So if we zoom right in, close as we can go, and select on that, it'll present two lines, a green line and a red line. And the green line is active, we can move it about. So if I click around, it'll move that green line. And you can see as I do that, it changes the number on the top left. That's the diameter measurement. Now another way we can do this is if I hold my finger down, I can drag that green line. And then if I, once I've got that where I think is correct, I can then select B up the top right here. So, and when I do that, it toggles to the other line and makes the other line green. And so what we're trying to do here is define the either edge of the conductor and thus measure its diameter. So once you've done that, you've got your diameter in the top left there. Oops, I've gone and touched it. Move it back. And then you can go back, and scrolling down the bottom it says the same diameter down here, the measured diameter. So that's how you go about measuring the diameter. Now you're not always going to get a great image when you're trying to capture the whole span. So there's another way that you can get better measurement of the diameter. Obviously with different lighting, and if I go back in here, we can see, zooming right in, it can be hard to tell the edge. Like it'll give you some idea of what the diameter, it'll get you broadly there. But especially when the different lighting comes in different backgrounds, it can be hard to distinguish where those edges are. So another thing that you can do to get this even better is basically try and increase the number of pixels you've got that you're working with. So if I go back, there's another image that I took when I was looking at the span, this one here. Now there's a bit of a process to this, and what it involves is using the location to get the span, but because it's a bit complicated, I'll run you through it here. So what I've done is I've measured the distance to the pole, and I've got myself relatively close to the pole, so that it means we're as close as possible to the conductor. What I'll just do is I'll go in here and identify the pole, go back. Oh, this is the right structure. The left structure we don't have. So we don't know the distance to the left pole and it's not an image. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to location and click in here. And the location itself needs a bit of correcting as well. So if I hold, in fact I'll rotate this around, get us looking in the right way. If I hold this and I can move that pole to the right place, then what I want to do, it's going to change, get rid of that. I've gone and clicked this cross here, and what I'm looking for is the other pole, and there it is by this car. So if I select on that, it places the other pole. And what we see is we've got the blue symbol showing the first pole that we could see in our image, and the red one we've now placed for the second pole that wasn't in the image. So if we go back, and we're in survey information, we can see that the distance to that left support has now been automatically created, and it's set up the span for us. Once we've done that, what we can do is we can go into catenaries and we can create the wire that we want to measure. So it's the same as for a normal wire. Oops, I've gone a bit far. We can get that in the center, move it across, and we want 3 points. One more. And you can see that we've got a much clearer image of this conductor now. So once we've got that conductor set up, we can now go to this icon again and select, there's something I haven't done actually. I need to get the offset right. This is negative 0.8 meters. So once we've done that, we can go in and get nice and close and click on that, and we can move these lines, and it's much easier now to resolve the edges of the conductors. So it should be quite a bit more accurate. So there's a couple of techniques for measuring conductor diameter. It's a bit of messing around to be able to do it closer, but as you can see, it should provide much more accurate results.